Hi guys, I'm Daniels, and in today's video I'm going to create this analog clock using JavaScript and some CSS. This is going to be an amazing project, so please, if you are new to the channel, give us a subscription there and give us a thumb like, and also turn on the bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Thank you. So let's kick off the project. I have my Visual Studio Code Lifesaver open here. I'm just gonna split it so that it appears on the right hand of the screen, and then my Visual Code will be on the left hand side. Inside my index.html, that's my HTML document, I have the heading tag that has the title of analog. I'm supposed to add analog clock here, so I'm just gonna do that. Analogue clock, and for some reason I'm just gonna leave it for in cap blocks, and I have a link tag here that is referring to my CSS style sheets, as well as my script tag that will do for the external JavaScript document. In between my body here, I'm just gonna start writing the code with a of container. Inside I have a clock class. In between this clock class, I'm gonna have a span with with a B tag, which I'm just going to use for whatever I'm going to use, as you'll see in the future. So inside here I'll have one, and I'll bring this down, just change it so it'll be from 1 to 12. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll make those changes, and I'll now come back and show you what I've got, right? Now I've edited all of that, and if I save this, you see the code is just appearing in my Chrome browser like this. Now if I go to my style sheet, I have some pre-styling here that I've set the whole elements, margin 0, padding 0, and then box size in border box. And in the body I have font family set. Start progressing with my CSS by making the display of my body tag should be flex, justify, center, align items, center. And then I'll target my container div. I'm just gonna say position relative. Next thing I'll do is to target the clock div, and here I'm gonna give it a width of 400 pixels, or let me make my clock big a little bit, 500 pixels, as well as the height. I'm gonna highlight this and height. If I save that, nothing happens. And in the body tag again, I'm just gonna say the main height should be 100 view height. Save that, I have this guy. So now the background of this my body, my clock should be var, and I have bg. Save that, and boom, I have this big square where I'm gonna say border radius should be 50%. So then I should have a border, so border should be 4 pixels solid, and then var, and save this. I have this beautiful stuff here. The next thing I'm going to do, display should be flex, justify content. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that out first. I'll target my span, so I'm just gonna say the clock span. I'm just gonna say position should be absolute. Boom. Now there's this property I'm going to use, which is insert. It's just a way of specifying where I want each of my stuff to be instead of manually doing. It's just a way of setting everything appropriately in my browser. So I'm just gonna specify here 15 pixels. Nothing happens, but then when I add transform and then translate, rotate rather, rotate, and I'm going to do 30 degree. I save that, everything changes. So inside here, I'm just gonna say calc, and here I'm gonna say 30 degree times the specified size of each span. So I'm just gonna say dash if I save this, is to give this every span here that's this thing. So R just like this. So if I save this, you see that one, and that's what I'm gonna do for everything. Yes, I've changed everything, and if I save this, we have these things looking like this. I'll go back to my CSS and I'll do text align center. Everything goes inside. So yeah, I'm going to increase this to like 25. Very well. Next thing I'm going to do is to increase the font size and the color. So font size would be var, then color be white smoke. Alright, so I have my numbers here, but the numbers are looking weird, which is going to allow me to target the clock span, but this time I'll target the B elements, and I'll just bring this down again. Inside here, I'll do minus 30 degree. Then here again, I'm gonna do display should be inline block. Alright. So yes, we have done with almost what we need. The next thing I'm going to do is the clock dot after, and here I'm just going to say width should be 20 pixels, then height 20 pixels as well. Then border radius should be 50, position should be absolute, top should be 50%, left should be 50% as well. I'm going to say minus 50. Background should be white smoke. Index. Here I'm gonna say position. What I forgot here was content. So I'll just quickly add the content. And boom, we have this nice guy here. The next thing I'm going to do is to set up the I forgot my background. So for the body, I'm gonna add background as well as body, as well as outline and box shadow for my clock. So yes, I've changed the background color of my body, what I did, as well as adding before pseudo class to the body, and made that beautiful overlay of black background. And to the clock, I added this box shadow, and yes, and also in my HTML tag, I have three div with a class of tick as well as hour, min, and second. This would be what is going to be displaying or indicating the particular time we have. So I'm just gonna spell that quickly, and I'm just gonna say display flex. I'm just gonna remove this for now so you understand what I'm doing. It should be 8 save that background. I'll come to my body position relative. Okay, I'll do display flex, justify content center. Now here I'm gonna say flex. This is going to be center, and here I'm going to do sorry, flex, justify content center, and items should be, if I put center, it will look like this, but if I put flex and boom. So I think I made some mistakes here. This is supposed to go into the um B elements inside the tick. So here's gonna be B. Have it like this. Yes, that's what I want. The next thing I want to do is the border radius. I'm gonna say is 30%, 30%, 0, 0. All right. So I'm just gonna do 50. All. The next thing I want to do, guys, is the JavaScript section of this project. Okay, one thing first. Let's tell this guy. I've done some adjustments in the index.html where I added this variable for the width, the height, and also the width property of my second. So this is 5 pixels, and also the background color. So all I'm going to do is to change it here. So instead of 8 pixels, I'm going to do uh, no, this one with 8 pixels. For this guy, okay. And now for the color, do var dash dash CRL. That is literally what I wanted. The next thing now we are going to do, guys, is the JavaScript. So in the JavaScript, I have my href. I have 3 variables: hour, minutes, and second. I'm going to create a function. I'll call it display time. Inside this function, I'm going to create a date object. So I'll just say current time is equals to new. Here I'll create 3 variables again for r, and this will be current time dot minutes. Let second equals current time dot get sec. Now the next thing I'm going to do is the rotation. So I'm just gonna say r date is equals to. This video came after I watched this YouTube video from Code Transversal, but the thing is, she did not use English, so she was using another language to talk or explain what she did or did not do in the video. So now, here is a screenshot taken from that video, which I'm going to explain to you what happens behind the scene. So now for our clock, we have 12 hours, and these 12 hours, to represent it in rotation, we have 360 degrees, right? So now 360 degrees divided by 12 will give us how many degrees per hour. That means that it would give us 30 degrees per hours. Now that's the number of degree we'll get per hour. That's going to make 360 degree for a full cycle. That's a full 12 hours. That's for 12 hours, right? Since our clock is representing every 12 hours, that's the morning and the night. The next thing is the seconds. Now, for every 60 seconds, it makes 1 hour, which means that to represent it in rotation, it makes 30 degree apparently. And to represent that for 1 second, for 1 minute rather, we have 30 degrees divided by 60 60 minutes, because 60 minutes makes 1 hour. So to know how many degrees will make 1 minute, we divide 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, by 60. We divide 30 degree, which is 1 hour, by 60 minutes, so we know how many degrees will give us for 1 minute, which is 1.5. Now for the seconds, we only have seconds rotating the whole clock 360 degree. So for one tick, how many degrees does it take for one tick? That's 6 degree. Now we are going to make relationship between the hours and the seconds, so that the hours keeps moving as the minutes, the hours and the minutes rather, so that the hours keep moving as the minutes goes. For example, if we have 30 minutes here, and yes, we are going to represent that very well, but the hour will still be here until the minutes reaches this 59 and then 60, and then the hours will from this point move straight to this point, which in our case that's not what we want. So we are going to always make the relationship between the hour and the minute. So we keep adding half of the minutes that is there, so that whenever we have minutes is all over 0 or all over 1, we already have 1 full hour, and then it's just going to be here. But without that, we're always going to have a relation of the minutes to the hour. So that's why we have plus minutes all over 2. Right? I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yes, that's what we are going to do. So for our clock, we are going to have 30 degree times the hour plus minutes all over 2. And for the minutes, we are going to have, for the rotation representation, we are going to have a half times, wait, I'm going to explain as I keep coding. So for the HR representation, we'll have 30 degree times R plus, let me just put in brackets, minutes divided by 2. So this will be the rotation for our R. And the ones for our, just supposed to say let's, so let's, and here, minutes, since every 6 degree makes 1 minute, we are just going to say 6 times minutes, and then the second um s rotate is equal to 6 times the seconds. Next thing we want to do is to represent it. So hr dot style dot transform. Transform is equals to rotate. Now the rotate would be um I'm just gonna say rotate. Now this would be hr h rotates, right? If I save this and run this function, so I'm just, I forgot to add degree here. So yes, we have the rotation of our R. So I'm just gonna bring this down 2 times. I'm going to edit this to second, this to minutes, as well as this to minutes. Save this. This is supposed to be minutes, and this is supposed to be second. Save this. Yes, we have the rotation already. Now, to make this to be moving every 1 second, I'm going to use a set interval, and yeah, I'm going to give the function I want to be changing every particular 1000 milliseconds. So if I save this, and everything will work perfectly the way we want it. So guys, at the end of the day, we are able to deliver and successfully complete the analog clock project, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question or anything you want me to explain any further, you just let me know in the comment section. Let me expand this so that you see. So yes, our clock is working very well, and everything is working perfectly fine as planned, as we wanted. So you can subscribe to the channel, please, and let me know in the comment section what you want us to explain or what you want us to do in the future videos. Don't forget to give us a like and also turn on the bell notification icon so that you would not miss out on any of our future videos. Thank you. I'm Daniel.